amanfo no bi a wo mo eno no ya yendubone no wo makose ni nyina nsam na do so abusua kakra motie eya tifensem Divine Mercy Cosmetics and Erica Cosmetics at the corner near can once no so obeka Divine Mercy and now obeka Erica Cosmetics na di omo yeni obe body lotion and cream free Thailand ho na benya biato afi wo pe semina hodo bebre ye free Thailand ho a wo pe se wanim apumpura guso na so obe na ye wo honam ba bi asa ye tuntum a okọ Divine Mercy a wo meboa wo abusia mesin na wo pe dress ben designer bags executive and occasional dresses shoes slippers perfume yeah free UK US ni nyina bi wo Divine Mercy for honom eno asa wo behwe mo kira kwan wo kuma se dum omo anoche plaza ho wo de fresh CA 0553 45 7200 eno yebeje osom Zap Cola eno ne anoni a obi anom bi seye onya bi numa no anonom yo mamu ha na ye no kuma se ya na hode agwomo no nya agro ntipe bi ndam na wo bo se you is a word engagement any ba pia edino aye Zap Cola Lovic condoms eno na se de e wo so obi akoda ho bi ye was standard 1 bedroom suite superior e wo deluxe wo home executive and ye wo presidential suite eno 2 bedroom flat na drew Lovic condoms free Wi-Fi DSTV ho pool any bar air condition babia security tight to hear Lovic condoms ewo adumanu babia 4BN military wana bibia ne anu from 0501 689624 yabejo so kanjem energy drinking water ensuo we na anoma magnesium potassium iron any calcium bo muntino ebo ni peduanom ena basa wutumi da ye kama ontanya cancer yare basa ntanya kanjen energy drinking water there the kind of person will pia empesa ensuo libenom upe bia to anoma Bremen UGC anatafo ni road abawa route ene junction no so ana bibia ni ana wa 0241449191 Possible electricals nkania ni bob ni wires ni ne de badwa so ope CCTV cameras standing fan ceiling fire ni nyina ye tombi wo hanom bre na so beje de ewadum PZ antata akofo dan mo ene ba bia ye wo ye oba Oyerepa TV no Oyerepa FM a bra Frank mo so be hwe wo se frey wo 0536 095966 na yaje wo so Oduefour nana sabre pinoman nana penkra hene chairman abusuafo menimodi ahie anwumre ensam no eniem Constitutional Review Consultative Committee eya bejoku a wapawo se onye hwehwemu se yamamra constitution no yeyemu nsakraya a ebeye yie ana se yenya ne saa na woma yensusu bi e de ababonten a wo kire se de kan yamamra no ne fa etoso aduonu nkron article 93 no ya ma ho kwan me hunu mrase bejafo dodo a yebefa no wo se de kan abamu mpanifo no doso dodo ti wo se yete so ana yedi gina baabie sana mrase bejafo no so no abro so kra na wo se ye hanu aduaso nson 277 elected members ene wo se nya wo mo ense bro saa ebiem wo se omonti ase se ohwe article 68 ne fa etoso num na ono mampani no sika woje no wokwa akohomegye mu yentwahwe yente tax bi enfiri so no se tam nyane de ama no wo se da bi ni nyina wo se hwe na yete tax efiri home na Tamale Central MP ya kane na ono so ye no ya MP ho no ma oka ho ye Inusa Fuseni cheche niam mu kire yen ne omokan de nti omoka sa
they recommended the abolishment of all positions related to deputy ministerial positions, so which Ghana should not have deputy ministers. They also have recommended that Ghana should not have regional ministers. They say that it flouts equity rules where the president receives money from the public purse and not pay tax on his emoluments. They've recommended an amendment to the Constitution to allow the president to pay tax. They said the ministers of state can be appointed from Parliament or outside Parliament. And they've introduced a new provision which says that where a minister of state is appointed from Parliament, that minister must resign his position. That is their recommendation as MP. Yes, from Parliament. You can only be in Parliament as MP. And then there will be a by-election. Well, that is their recommendation. We will discuss that as we go on. But that is what they are recommending. Now, they also think on the legislature, they are of the view, the considered view, that our Parliament should be capped. And they are proposing a cap of 277. Because I sat in some of the committee meetings, I understand why they are proposing a cap of 277. We have one constituency that is not represented, the SAL area, and the Electoral Commission is taking steps to make sure that in the next Parliament there's a representative from the SAL area. That will bring the number to 276. That will be an even number. And so it is the considered view of the committee that we should give the Electoral Commission only one other opportunity to add to the one to make it 277.
Edini eti Tamale Central MP dada Honorable Foseni Newsa ena wakasai na enu ache no yene Zabila MP enso di nkoma mo kira na adwene efa sansu ye ho Ura Cletus Avoka.
I was a member of the Consultative Assembly that drew up the 1992 Constitution with young man Folsom, who was a very young man from the university at the time. And I stand to correction, but I think that is one of the best constitutions that we have drafted in this country. And that is why it has lasted 32, 34 years without any blemish. And I want to associate myself with Honorable Dr. Ayini, that our problem is not the constitution. Our problem is the individual, is the Ghanaian leader. Many of the provisions in the constitution are abused more in practice, than in practice. They are not observed. They are honored in the breach than in the observance. And that is the problem that we have.
Any Zabila MP, Honorable Cletus Avoka, no chese enye constitution no amamra na yesesa no na ebesisa bibia na ye nipa na iwo mu no yansesa na ye kan difo na ansesa ne ma yesa krata no se den enkosi aga sa ansesa ye na mu se me no miye no ye besa ya adwene ye suban ya na montuo ne ho hye no bekwai MP Honorable Joseph Osewusu your wise enso kan bibi fa ho.
The critical thing, Honorable Minister, is that unless we work on the values of the Ghanaian, we will get to nothing. If we don't work on building integrity, building respect for public property, public interest, ethics, we are joking. Because if you change the law and I am dishonest, whatever means I'll use to get my advantage, I'll use it. So my view is that we should spend more time on discussing how can we get the average Ghanaian to be responsible, to be loyal to the state.
Well, so yeah, Honorable Joseph Osewusu Jowais bekwai MP entino Constitutional Review Consultative Committee or ye hwehwemu ne adwenkyerɛkyerɛ sɛ yebetima asesa ye constitution no emu niam bi no ɛho sɛm ɛno no na wo fra dwumadie bi democracy cap ye ka democracy cap a ɛno no yenya kamamika bi no finhyia bɛsɛ aduasanie ama namo ayetuo ba akode sɛ yebesi akan adi ball na yede akyerɛ wodo ene kamam kabi na ho akohia sɛ Kumasi Asante Kotoko ball bokuro no metema okuma pema apembeba womne Accra House of Folk say relegation wo mo bekoyi ena eba besi akan na yede akai saada no na da no July da toso enum e Accra Sports Stadium. Speaker of Parliament Yera Alban Kinfos Sumana Gbagben ena ogina pa democracy cap ye ho ntoma na wo kyerɛ sɛ Kotoko ne house bo na Kotoko hye house te sɛ de na no ye kye house for vim wo gwa wo hye wo no a Kotoko beko United States of America DC United team bia wo Washington DC and Kotoko eno mo kwakobo.
I want to use this opportunity to thank the two teams for agreeing to contest and to vie for this prestigious Democracy Cup. This sports event should be an opportunity to re-emphasize the importance of sports in promoting healthy living and fostering friendships and unity. So we want to use this opportunity to foster the friendship and unity that already exists. After all, we need healthy bodies and healthy minds to contribute in diverse ways to the development of democracy in this country.
Ani my mumra sebejefie chairman Speaker of Parliament Yera Alban Kingsford Sumana Gbagben enonom no we Deputy Minority Chief Whip Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim enso kamfo Speaker say waya ade papa so baye no watimi amma mmerase bedwafo ene yenom ayenya mmerase bedwafo no ya nyanka bomu soronko ene odo soronko.
Football have a role to play in governance. So when we have such a unique opportunity of bringing the two sides together on one common platform, one ought to say hallelujah. And it is on that note that I'll say thank you to your good self for this amazing idea of the Democracy Cup. Can we give it to him, please? Democracy is what we need. Democracy has come to stay, and democracy has to be cemented. And if it is that football can play a part, why not? The Football Association will stand shoulder to shoulder with you.
Yeah. Enti abusa we GFA president mum ana kasa ye ket okraku mante na nuachi no ana ura Ahmed Ibrahim ya wa deputy minority chief whip ono so kasa ye na yentie do no so kan.
Let me begin by congratulating you on the smaller things that you started doing in this parliament, which has attracted the attention of the world as a whole. When you started bridging the gap between parliament and civil society organizations, the Parliament of Ghana has the most open parliament in Africa. Therefore, what the seed you started so small
Oyerepa
has conquered the entire 54 countries in Africa. So, what we are seeing today, bridging the gap between the citizens and parliament, football and parliament.
Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim no deputy minority chief whip. Owiye no na majority chief whip. Ora Frank ano dompre enso de betu gase ya wo agokan se ni agodie nkumankuma bi aye from say lesser known sports no ye ni nhede ni ho papa na so bra so say omo so no ye de sika wuramu na epeja womo.
We are very much aware of the fact that Ghana is a football nation, the blah 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 blah. For the fact that this is the first of its kind, whatever it takes, we must all support, regardless of political persuasion. And I have to declare that those of us in the majority, we will do everything to ensure that this is sustained, it sees the light of day, and it becomes something admirable. In commending the Speaker for this innovative effort, let's all support, regardless of our political persuasion.
Ani Honorable Frank ano dompre or majority chief whip. Abusia ye free honum na enne na nya adaje ni poso ewo court justice afia sewa saribotwe etra ase no se wo hwe case asemo a efa ambulance ne ho ya efa Dr. Atoforsen edomkoma wo mrese bedwafie na no nafo ena afi de efa no ho ba ko Richard Japa ene se Attorney General so giremu ema Ghana ne ho na ko wi ase no eni bia na se ba bonte a ene sifo ba ye ho press conference enu nti no Attorney General Godfrey Abu Adame won tu ne ho ade so anase na nado empam no no ene ne ho asem bai ama Justice Afia Sewa Saribotwe age ene no ato ya wode beka asenia wo mu de ne ho na omatima akọ manimum na wo mu di asem ne nyina wieye no ye ne lawyer fo ne bi di nkomo ye de kan ene Dr. Atoforsen ne lawyer Dr. Aziz Bamba edi nkomo no wo chese sa ene no yesema dunsia ene wo so wo mu de wo hunu say utia Attorney General no ehunu Richard Japa no ya chese wo mu pese wo mu kan se bi hye na no ma no ye bibia se wo beye eno de wo ma hye no nso na ne nyina no Alfred Tua Yeboa deputy Attorney General ɔno nso kyerɛ mu kyerɛ nsɛntwerɛfoɔ sei.
Beyond Tuesday and beyond, you get the full story, so don't worry.
What do you make of his testimony?
He has given his evidence in chief. That's his case. But if you come to court and state your case, it doesn't mean that you made your case. I just want to rest it there. We are going to examine him. I don't know, you make your own judgment.
Do you find it credible? The evidence?
Whether it's credible or not credible. He has given his evidence, and I don't want to prejudge us before the court. That's his case. We also confront you with our case, and the court to make a decision out of it.
But are you surprised with the kind of things that he's been saying?
I will not say, because already something in the audios that we've heard, so it's not something new.
He made a point that the AG is urging him to get forcing him to be jailed for at least 1 month.
I don't want to comment because you see, it's a life matter. That's evidence in chief, and as counsel, I don't have to comment on specific. But as I said, when we come to court on Tuesday, all those things will be tackled.
But what's your initial reaction on the ruling?
Oh, the judge decided to make a ruling, and that's how the law works. Today, the judge said objections are not something that she was going to take. We take it. Wait for our side with the matter, and you'll be marveled. You rested there.
The audio, you didn't want the judge to readmit it into evidence. That has happened. Are you disappointed?
Oh, the judge has given the ruling. That's how the law works. If you think you don't want something to be admitted, you raise an objection. This is a duty of the judge to make a pronouncement of such objections. The judge has done so. That's rule of law.
You didn't want it because you thought it wouldn't do well for your case. How bad or damaging is this, admission of the audio to your case?
Not at all, because this audio is something that you have heard, isn't it? Having to heard it, you've heard it, so that is doing it. But it's about procedure. So in terms of the content, we are not minded by that because it's something that is in the public domain. But as to whether you can tender a recorded or secretly recorded audio is something that we wanted to test, because that's why we're talking about law, not about public sentiments, whether you are comfortable, you're not comfortable. It's about due process. And the judge says that that's due process, it can be tendered, you're going by it.
He also talked about the WhatsApp chat between himself and the Attorney General. Do you find that to be credible, or is something that has been made up?
Whether it's credible or not credible, I said it's a life matter. As a lawyer of at least 22 years standing, I will not conduct my case in the media by saying it's credible, it's not credible. But come to court on Tuesday and hear our side of the matter.
One question that will not run away is the absence
at the time that he wants to be in court, you see him. If he doesn't want to be in court, you also not see him. So it's just normal.
The last time we asked you told us that the department, the Attorney General Department is studying the advice by the sitting judge. Has that been conclusive yet? Reason why he didn't show up in court?
Leave it there. The Attorney General does not prosecute all the cases in our office. If in this particular matter, sometimes he comes, other times he doesn't come. Today it's not in. It doesn't mean the next time he will not be coming. So you leave it there. Tuesday, Wednesday, next month. I'm saying this matter that we started, we are going to prosecute it to its conclusion.
Ebusafo nsɛntwerɛfo nana ɛtoto ɛyɛ Honorable Alfred Tua Yeboah ɔyɛ Deputy Attorney General na no ya wɔkyɛkyɛ nsɛm akyerɛ no na yɛfiri hɔnom Honorable Alan Kojo Chamaten John ɛka ho Movement for Change Frakantifo ɛno no ɔwaprɔbɔ so ɛwɔ Esrem na wakɔ Tamalekuro bi a yɛfrɛ no Dakpama ɛna ɔkɔkyea ɛhɔ hene ne na di nkɔmmɔ ɔhene no nam ne chiame ɛyɛ Bashuru Dabaliso ɛna ɔka kyerɛ owura Alan Kojo Chamaten sɛ wɔyɛ soronko ɛwɔ Ghana amanyɛsɛ mu ɔdan so koraa na wɔturufo sɛ wɔnka deɛ Ghanafoɔ pɛ deɛ ha yɛ no ɛna wɔnka nkyerɛ sɛ ɔbɛ ɔbɛyɛ ama yɛn na yɛhia third force no amanyɔkora akɔyɛ MPP ne NDC yɛhia baako ka ho a wɔbɛtumi apiepia NDC ɛne MPP paa.
And honestly speaking, whether you like it or not, take it or leave it, Kojo Alan Chamaten is a distinguished personality in politics. Whether you like it or not, throughout his politics, what you have been doing is policies and what can put food on the table for Ghanaians. That's not insult. So we believe if such people are giving the nod to lead this country, then Ghana will move forward in the right direction. And this is my own opinion. Ghana needs a third force party. It's about time we test a different political party in this country to see whether Dukadaya is what Ghanaians want or we want something different. So Ghanaians must rise up to let us have a third force party in this country. Let us shift away from NDC, NPP, and all other parties, blaming each other which party did the most corruption in this country. That is not what Ghanaians want. Ghanaians want their lives to change. As simple as ABC.
Enia motiye eye Basharu Dabali ono ene kasaye ema Tamale Dakpema hene nanu achi no rala no koyochira maten ene adwadefo a ewo aboabo ekoshiae ema osa ye rally kese bi no de to dwase on de oba adwadefo mo bede na koma so na made mo bibia no wona mo na mbedi kan won bibia mu
Traders Bank ena me ka kire mo sala be president a mo mu di nyina no Traders Bank no ba say we need problem so benya sika adutwa bio sika bia we here bia no ayamo bank aban ana ba beti bank na mamo enti okwo ha anam say ayamo bank no benya sika afenso interest rate no isi hu no ebeba form ebise mo bank dia to su mi yensa
echiponso
on se nipa dodo amu han nyina no mukunum eni adwumaye moma atifie omuni adwumaye NDC ni MPP oma babemu 32 good years and unemployment 14.7%.
Orala no kojo chiramaten amanso wasare to dwa bi se wokoye na ohwe tamale central na wohwehwe niam bia ewo honom no na wura ho papa titru pa ne edwa na ewo honom no ntitemale pa na niam aye tantantan sei nyam pipi ne ndisi na modi o machi no mo hefa mese mbo se me baba ye mampani a mesi edwa soronko modern market kura e de amamo
we are number 1 the whole na yenti ameka se me wi aboni se ana makota male central market na babu abu market na ayami ya se ekwo kase etisa tamale market abudi twa wo na se trenie ayami ya na me kacha mu se me for tuma na be president tamale central market abu ebeye the most modern market in Ghana. Every time I say, Tamale a big commercial center. Tamale has a market the better 5 northern regions. Neighboring countries, a quick account Tamale new commercial center. And then Samaba. No matter to my sister, Munya woman. It's a marketer, a champion. 1974. Oh, see, you deserve better than that.
Ora Alan Kojo Chamatin aproba ode akotamale ehonsam enonom Finance Minister Amanso for his so Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam Anta and ode atudwen say yesika ye pay free International Monetary Fund for honom no enche de atoso miansa na friend say third tranche no eba bedru and ye hwe anim say ye benya American dollar no opepepem ahasa aduasia $360 million na ogide mapase de ya pem so akoduro no.
As far as the effect of this agreement is concerned, I earlier mentioned the disbursement that the IMF will make after the board meeting this June. The board is going to meet this June. I'm not able to tell you the specific date the board will be sitting. I believe if you follow the IMF website, you will see the advertisement of the meeting date. I haven't seen it yet, but certainly before they meet, they always advertise the date. But I'm very confident that the board will meet this June and consider our second review. And so once the board approves our second review, we're very confident they will approve our second review because we've met all the requirements that we have to meet. The last hurdle I mentioned was the agreement we needed to reach with the official bilateral creditors, which also has now been achieved. And so we do not anticipate any challenges as far as the approval of our second review. And therefore, the expected disbursement of $360 million will certainly boost our reserves. You know the implications of increasing reserves of our currency.
Dr. Mohammed Amin, as I trust to be say, ye were projects be ya akeka kangremu, ebi also sika na eni hontia, se nyame ya adum na se sika we ba. De kangremu bia ye beto aso, de ye tia kamu bia no ye be wie so.
Secondly, we also expect disbursement for stall projects, which I talked about earlier, resume. I'm not able to tell you exactly when. Some have indicated that they will start disbursement immediately. Others want to wait for us to sign the bilateral agreements, which we hope to do in the next few weeks or months. So that will also come in to boost our reserves, and you know the implications of increasing reserves for the currency.
And yeah, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam Anta. Omenso afọ hwe sikasem so enonom. Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia wotu franka de ama MPP amanyekuo no mampani be de kire ba Kumasi. Ohia akuhudo bebre, ohia adwamfo nyina adwadifo no e wo True Vine Hotel. Na nkomo no bia e ba ye koya adesrede na omre to nanim. Wokọ eye race course a ye maame chewa ene da wo ma no e wo honom se ohima onu na de to Dr. Bawumia nim say ufri ebia eye room airco race course ana free bantama airco race course ekwa na nye tantantan enti obia na so obeba beto ade no ne mpaboa ho ateche ne na ho fin ne nkro ne ba enti osre Dr. Bawumia won hwe se akwan a efri bantama eba race course efri emurom kayeti abefa murom ade ba race course no omo hwe enyema wo mo
Oyerepa oha echi konso. Oyerepa oha echi konso.
Ani abusia yeti ye eye nana chewa race course adwadefo no nyina no ene da wo ma no na nu ache no Central Market ena kagetia adwamhema nana ya afo wa nso kanfo MPP aban no pa se odi free SHS aba afi niam keteketi bo a wono so de to Dr. Bawumia nim se wo hia sa amoa no
Oyerepa oha echi konso.
We will get money to center markets. The time will get it. The time of making no 1 year. I be one to be for the year. 1 year. You do the president. You know, before rising, we before president. Just about TNT. Hey, take question. Me to advance and I don't need one. Every day, I can't see a man in my bottom. And the fake cases have been told me. They will say, I can't saw that woman. Then I reach the man, young panel, and yet, race course. They can't talk to me back. No shit. Just what I am money. You don't need any help. Send some market.
Yeah, and yeah, moya dia o meto boom 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 na central market so mo anwie dia yenim de o meto no wo maka ni nyina eche no Dr. Baomi atodin was maka asema ma mebra ho na to makoma so me so meye mafamu de
we need a said the regional minister kasa sisi ya okia bonti ko frere oku ekobisa se de ekoso enti Yamiado, engineer, that's all. They so many pretty betos. Race course, so the visa minister, or say, and do 1 kilometer.
Man, Penny, I bet it's a Frank Adiama and Pipia Mino Konusia. Get the 4 a war race course. Kayetia Dubai Central Market True Vino a Honsem B Anonom na wada near the 2 manim say a brother chamu yen nipa bia na omutwa asuo oti boat no anase oti river no boat omode kono abusua ekonya nkwahia ewo mu ama nipa du ba kono ya hwehwe omo ma ya te se owonya nipa nwotwe miensa aka de still yehu wo mo na ye ne maame precious tumfo ya ono ne ba mfinhia num eka wo mo a afri mu hu no edidi nkomo ama o cheche niam mu ekire yin
Tinsi no so na se infama kakra ebo nti infama ne bo no ebo nshogu kro
Oyerepa oha echiponso
yes okay the way nsi oni ba is a sacra still na nsi eba se kwasa na kro no ekofu the conforma nsi no ebe bu fire so nti na pe nsi na se kra ni ban sem ni kra ni sem na ye prem ni so si mechi na mi pa me emiam ni pa person mi am ko from non abaso nti o mi am ni option ya ni se na me yam eje me ho eje ni ma mi ja mi pa ni nti ni titi mi ana with a hefse
asem na awreho maame precious tumfo eno no ne ba eka oma afri mu no ho na nkwada mienu no asem na awreho yene assemblyman all done by electoral area ho nyina hye na se honorable Emmanuel Atali edin koma no de to dwa se omo ayi wo mo no omo asopiti a omo ho to omo kakra ba na opimfo bi so yehu no na kwada ba akoso no so nya mfinhia enum ono so yehu na ye hwe wo mo nyina
satam na asem ne sie no ya tunu ho anamo ama mpenifo pi atime aye hare atime akọ rescue nipa enum asesi a mu onkwam na due to information ya anya ne se bema baako eni oba baako eni akola baako ono na ewo nsumu a yehwehwe nanu ndura ne nyina ba shinde up to now no enya hu omo anso omo kuso ehwehwe omo so omo nya omo so a besa mama so bet sana omo kai se kitanyinse enya akola no awanya fie bie nisa omo le onya nyi na openia oye bema no so ntia ya tini se onu so eye fula ni ta omo kuso ehwehwe eji still omo kuso ehwehwe omo Yes, be on my bed, Kamu, now the Omaqua do sa, no say, on my bed, other group, and I asked us, as a senator, because I.
Honorable Emmanuel Atali, no, or assemblyman, Damba electoral area, baby, assembly CM, and a Matianum. Mobekai Ben Lord, a yen nana Berima Abibu, ya, na saying, bo so janibi true, Nidina bear mo, so no, and I bought so janini true, now or yet, macro national security no bano. I was for the Abetuja, and say, Attorney General, a buyer no, or would call compare a futunia quantra, and there, or mutra, say or court no. Prosecutor, Detective Inspector Edu Jamfi, aka kyerɛ court no sɛ ɔmakɔ akɔgye ayɛ afutuo ne akwankyerɛ deɛ friend sɛ advice ɛfiri Attorney General hɔ no na Attorney General aka kyerɛ wɔn sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ owura no ɛne ne kyerɛ yɛ mmara no ɛne ne die na deɛ nam so yɛ ɔsɛ ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ national security no wɔn sɛ ɛne deɛ wɔn nyi ntum sɛ nyɛ ne korɛ in the friend said self-acclaimed ono ana kase keka tra manfo se wono ye national security na fine go se ana nkro ne ba indinya de se ebeja tumom ache mota district court ene ura prince o se wuso etena ase no asem no de call 28th of June na obesa dibium tie du a ye bekọ na abusua no bi ho no ma ye no mu didi nkomo wo ma wo de share free mu no so jani no e ma wo mu kire mu se kire yen
ni hweka de court beka no yentumi ntu ye na ntiem se court akase yempe into the court and the court and all the air say being justice for our son. That is all that we need. And only idea here say you bring justice about this case. All that and only idea here. Apart from justice in the you'll be back as a moonjan and yashin. No, you hear justice. Because I didn't know Omaguswa Yate. Omaguswa Yate. And if say Nipana perpetrator no yatse no, but some guys need it. All we need is justice for our son. That is all that we need. Aside justice, nothing else. Bibiani honuma, obibeka ibeti say no, we need justice. And only idea here, apart from justice, nothing. That's all. Thank you.
And I'm between us that in
Eti abusia omode shefri mu a no yeso jani no Michael Danso justice atentrene anu mu de hia mu a omoka ho asem enkra yensa kan e de free domi pillar 2 ye no Oga East e won kramante mu ene se kwantempo a e free domi pillar 2 ekọ Christian village no e mabru bi akwakosi no se o mu obi anko obi ama na nyame na ba mu se nadimofo ne firefo ne aposifo ekomu ekoba ne sen yensa ka Ga East municipal nadimo boss ura sef osai kisi ya yene ne bedi ho komo mira majoe ya da se waje so okuma se na ede ba na sie o mo yede no mo se no mo akosi sa kwan no
yo me da se e me di check se ma otiko so asante manura anyway na be Akoma, the Director General of NADMO, Honorable Eric Najima Pempe. And I pay Yakabiashim, Amonusia, and I next personally, Minyako. Madame will be friends and Kofobi, Abloko, Christian Village Bridge, no. Now, a Christian Village now, a boundary between Ga East, I have friend of Nukabinya, and you can't queen us. Now, a big transit place, Nipa Sipukwasi, Sawum. Kwa benya besi konkani na afa honom na oma paya for ekopia kraboko enti mo block na se dia asem kase pa na ba me ko woni ni ko for di ko mo bia no mo ntiase ye tiensa for police by still no mo ntiase into over 2.5 hours and he took an intervention of a staff at our headquarters obedu wona wo ko for di tiasem no no so chiro mo say the kafra edam de onibe bia obufa Odam boy deba. Into one person take that thing upon himself. And no face to pass suddenly to be a challenge, you know. And a coin modaho. Now the question is say, why no one almost sees our coin? Meaning, almost sees our coin and confubia. Almost see almost dying and no continents. I won't soon pay. Say, and I'm more 3 footsteps and I'm only in Sape. Don't do almost fee if you soon. It is so tall, bro. So, Ejiria, and fact, there are few. and boom, Pumano Napem, above the window level. I like one who could be in common Santini. You come much as you want down the challenge of Pano at the Sweeney. And it's almost to be a movie and issue, and what? It's going to say, I feel only at the sooner air bananodi. Nedoso. It's a bay, I'll move free when we go for being chained the entna. Yaka, it's in none more day. Recommendations at the Madi Assembly because we are an application institution. You need the Bureau Assembly in the Ejuma. In the moment, Assembly is something as I say, also when a man and more. So they are taking the steps to make sure say the needful is done. Now, it's going to say, you can't crab back up. Say, structures now, and then ye everywhere. Media, and so Pitia, or you it's as a guy is you equipping range in Nasi. In so to also running Nas and the Baha. Now, when you should be a diner, I didn't see anything so no what. Over for your eyes only. And they read about what the two good say, Fihi, a Ghana for in Subai. It is a use of the nephew, not Ghana for your attitude towards our lifestyle. The issue guys, you know, see other place as well. It's not the overall.
Nikki said, "Yeah, Mukomuno, Motimi, I'm a commander who will be at Timikoba."
For 2.5 hours there, a commander will come out, will be a coba. Jeb is Europe, and the MC of guys on Oxabao and the assembly about the compact ball of Carabet selling in Echo. And so, what is the dynamo? Egusu, apropos, as I come back.
All right. That's a power brother, ma Oyerepa for yo. Yane honorable set or say Kisi and a dim kumoy on the Nadmo boss. Ewo ga East Municipal. Ye be free honum na ya kwa sante achem North. Ewa sante mantimi yemu. Na assembly ne to anamosron ko omni apomden aso ye no akọ agogo mia bi. Ama o se embara ne ma wo kwan se enuro bi amanfo bi tonton no yensese no. Ampa wo mutisi monten so enuro de wo manya bi papa ebi ye dudo ebi ye cosmetics ebi ye apomden ho niema na eniema ni bi ho no ma enya agro viagra ye mema nonom na wo bema ye kireben di tima wo ba si wo ba so wie no chapra no bone to for senses ne nkro ne ba eniema bebre no wo hu yan a wo ma yam ni nyina
ma ho se krum ha the sale of illicit drugs concoctions and other harmful substances very high. I say social chroma indiscipline. You see, very, very high. We fear is because your youth and your young boys and girls they are into some of these drugs. We fear if you are touching her, teenage pregnancy is very, very high, and you can attribute the cause of some of these problems to the intake of some of these illicit drugs. Tramol, ni Viagra, ni Sani Manamani na yes, operation na drugs as a way of curbing the availability and the access of some of these drugs to the general population, especially to the very young ones. So we have very important exercise here. And all the sub-districts are Mantina, Gransa, and Anukrum. Next target here, Anukrum. Then we proceed to the other sub-districts to make sure that the district is cleared of all these illegal and illicit drugs and substances that are peddled by unlicensed and unregistered people within the district.
Ora Roland Miano no on ya Sante Achem North Municipal Health Director wa manso wa wasing na se omo hu se oba mpatem a we ya ne kidney we ya akomayare we ya ne bo sanro no na manfo no ma omonyanya sa yare no
swara oko hospital say kidney problems, dialysis issues around dialysis liver problems, liver cancers it's a result of some of these adulteration and intake of some of these drugs, and that anybody who goes contrary to it is subjected to the loss of the land. All those containers are labeled to case anyway. Interestingly, Omar draw pineapple and a pawpaw ni sani manana moduguso. Na say unum say do no be ma otwa kese then ko top pineapple no raw na I mean fresh one na die na nya to kese. That is not the idea. We need a lot of education for the people to understand that you don't need to take these drugs, especially when they are not even wholesome drugs. That you are not able to authenticate baby no free. You don't content of idea ono area ya no do kasa ye Roland Mia Health Director no na Asante Achem North Municipal Chief Executive Ora Francis Otibuaten enso kire se
ashoko no kra nupa obayi mfra manfo ho no nya grow
but the name Yamashimi pa just me where enura e wa bonten nipa enum gu ne yama wo se edura nipa no ko ne yama se ho rakoma ho na so wo di go task wa na enane na ne nyina ye nimdia ye nipa enni just obeka se ahokira banti wo ton bibia de didi na so no se wo so ton ade ama onua e so hwe sade na wo ton no e ban fa so ma onua na wo hwe no ye hu ya most of them every neighboring countries and e bakro ma bi ho no ma e ye FDA approve say bi adan country no kro no o mo approve nipa na hye bi hye dem we conditions am yen be a just enya de fatase enipa ngo mu so against the public act na ye de adwuma no te no na etu na mo se be hwe se e be bo nipa ho man ne se yare aba yeso wanyare wo mu na hwe we nyina ye no ma ekosenti no etu na mo se ye adwuma na se bo enipa ene japade ho ban e be hwe se ye be san bo de ro na kwachiri hwe se omo eton no hwe se de kana se kwachi om la shik enenso no mo san ba
we MC ya wo Asante Achim Nov Honorable Francis Oti Boateng enonom yeda so wa pomdim na nana ya deni otoso mienu abusua ono na okọ eye asen achiano a oye ohene ewo ho eno wa asen North Mensinim wono so akasa pa said na say abortion koso ne mpatemo ne nkwada nyinsen rough no ntiase o se apomdim penfo kire say ohwe yewura 2023 mu afrase first quarter nkwada ehu so nyinsen no no me ya hanu aduoso mienu yewura 2024 mu so sa
se wa twa mu si na se ko fa yin se ya e pa to se sha anu man ko yen ata se woni de na che oba ba ye e bi ma woni na ba ru pam amotua e di so se ma ba wa na ma si su no mo twa na mo twa mu ye ba ya be ye ba se ba ya obi aba wa betum pam ba se bi ara e ma ko yin
nana ya deni otoso mienu asen achia no hene eno no owieye no ana konte hina ono so honum nana jetua peko awia enso ka bibi kakra ede fa amanwasam ne niema bi ekoso amampuntudwuma nkoso area honum no
so far as abe oklemi there so we need to more say a balance the political so that's it so NDC for Oyerepa Advertisements chief no the political but this time round in another we chief into obedi si woman now obama worker na ke obi a open podcast obi a open na o man na dey akoso
eni abusia yeti yi eye nana jetua peko awia oye kontihini ewo asen achia no na omanfo no soso ye no mudi nkomo ma se ya no mokan
ekwala na bo am suye pa edi ehese nana bayi no obeboa na teachers fo no ebi abeka ho ye ni nyina betu anamo ye ne mpedufo a omu enso ebetumi aboa nso betu anamo na yetumi nya teacher fo mbi abeka ho na cancer so tumi aboa ni yetumi nya school so bia ere school and so tumi aso kwala so na group to so atumi akoso no kwadi mi nya me nko a kwadu ani nyina
de ye pese oye empuntu duma o hanu say
yes
ya hanu say o hini ne ya enti bibia ekwaso pra enkwaso obia de ne pra de e de ya de enti ye stressa na aba no on ba ye adwuma e ba na me hia e pa cho de e me de kese pa ne say ekuroi uni obi anya asem kwa da company fo no say o hini ne ye to fa na o so ma eni ti say en na na bai en o fu obi a o ti me je on me kasa o hini ne he to ma
enti asen achia for enonom kuobi Center for Democratic Development CDD Ghana oma ye nhwemu ade afa mansre babi etututu galamse no na nhwemu omo ye no omo se babi ani anwa so bekwa municipal na atoso enum owura Emmanuel Yeboa eye senior research analyst ema CDD ene kire mo kire ye
ye piloting ye research e wo 8 districts na bibi ani anwa so bekwa eye one of the districts are ye selecting na your research e beda ide say eba assembly no any LMC no omo hihye ye se ne amutimi e use resources a omunya ɛwɔ assembly ase ya ɔmo so ɛyɛ enum and I say fit with just about 39 points out of a possible score of 100 as a possible score of 100. Now, let's just say a ban on the utilization of mineral revenues. Assembly no any elements in so any utilization of mineral revenues now. And no buy say you be share sing you be mineral revenues and buy because what be no you say mining na na yetu enya dia de be ba enya dia yebetimi enya eho yin
Ray Emmanuel Yabuano no CDD or research analyst and which no MCO baby ani anya so be kwai Honorable Paul Andom edit to just say we ma ne trimu nyene de na fe na mba ye adwuma kese pa
ma ye hu say at a period of time your companies ba ko mienu bo ha na enwo as of 2020 no tie no so etimi be ye factor na etimi ma isika na ye hwe no fi say eka echira na ekofom ye wo anisuade hunu say ebira ye koe mu na afia awura mu ye koe die enim ye say sa company ni ye adwuma die bebo ama yesika na apeja ni muso na yenso yetimi de adi adwumaso bebo ama mesi
yo we Honorable Paul Ando ono na ye bebia ni anwaso bekwai municipal chief executive Ghana Cocoa Board CEO edi atodwa se ohwe 2023 na hwe 2024 first quarter no afi no ye cocoa no eswate wode to 2023 ho na nhwemu nyina kire se Russia fo bi na womo ne Ghana fo bi eya sa ma Ghana fo no wiewia kokonde ekoma womo enti ama ye sika no ya anke benya free kokoo mu no eswote bese $500 million na Dr. Joseph Bohan Edu ene ka kire yen
Guinea is it Guinea Bissau what sharing border with Cote d'Ivoire we have some Russians there, and then in Togo, and they are buying. They want to buy the cocoa spot. They want to. They sell spot. They have nothing to lose. They don't spray. They don't buy chemicals for farmers. They are not providing any extension services for farmers. Nothing. So they can afford to sell spot. When they get the cocoa, they go to the market. They can sell at $10,000.
And our farmers are selling to them.
It's not our farmers. We have national wreckers in this country who are buying from the farmers. No farmer can smuggle more than 100 bags, not even 10-20 bags across the border. No farmer, because ordinary farmer will have. We've been arresting them. Some have been imprisoned. And the minimum distance is 5 years. 5 years, but still they're there. It's not from April to September. That is when we are migrating, transitioning from the main crop.
Dr. Joseph Bohan Edu eno Ghana Cocoa Board CEO ena aka saying MP ya owo Upper West Achim constituency was a Deputy Minister Transport Honorable Frederick Adom Ben ena odi aso akobo forma we besi 6 unit classroom ediama sukron IWMF DA Primary School was a besi with ama kuntu DA Primary School ni nyina no get fund ena aso asene
Osha, media air possible Upper West Achim constituency matter of 4 years. Indeed, he said the in the history of Upper West Achim constituency. You are electrification, ballpoints, school buildings, any Yaki County. The Osha school and the Pokati so a puntu any a year Suku. Our feet, dear, your pocket is all here. Now, contractors no, there was side, a year a juma. Now, it's a MPP, a boy who modern power or Upper Western. The first one, what they two are Banoma and say, the day projects be a this ever wow.
And yet, MP, our Upper West Achim, Honorable Frederick Adom Obia was a Deputy Minister Transport. Now, Krumo phone the Nigia pa and a Cassachra and say, I don't know no massacring.
Mekane say da bang na se because ejumadi bi aya hwe ni mukwangache school ni nyina buyi ni won se wo hwe we ya na ya pese yi bibi nti se na nyame yi sa de so yakasi efi enkonso no aban na besoma na aseda na yede ma no yeda yen MP nso ase pa
nyame adom yeda wi biase yeda aban no so ase se obeso yase na eja nyawopon adom enso ensaka yende se ensaka yesuache na woti yesufre nti ka ne se say what me ma dan we etwe dimu yes say dan na wa hye say be wie no omuntu wie maye ansa na to ban dem say you dini bo hye so ya da wase
o ne mega chere mp say nyame nsira ne pa because ene energy dakese e de ma sukura wan fi man
ani ayeti ye adehia ewo sukron awanfi DA primary school enna wom so a wom wo kuntu DA primary school kromu nyina na omakaseng ene owura Ahmed Chumasi inspector ya ye friend no Taikum de beto wiase onekum madwa no nasem ne kokotwe ne na oyikoba na na kwa free ye nsentwe ne wodi asem ye chia ene so na okotwo no
Afimu enie na etu ekasa wo edum nsuase ni nyina ye inspector Ahmed Chumasi na hotedin ene taako na oto ne kanchima madwa na ne din pa Victoria daba etu wo edum nsuase je ne kra efri ne nsem na asem no eguso wo asemdibia aye kona bra na sede ye din kan bon amane no chief inspector Blebu a odi asem na chi eye nhwehwemu ni begina adakemu ema a lawyer ko etoto na no bisa no sede a kwan ofa aso etwihwe ensem ni nyina mu na ne kasa ye mu ena obo nipa ba akudin a ye friend independent witness ni din so na bo anama na ye sa nhwehwemu ni nyina na hu akohia sa dansini ni nso beba begina adakemu ama lawyer fo na toto na no bisa na ensem a wonim fa sa case ni nyina ho na no brother e twemu no nso ebegina adakemu a lawyer wo gina mu ede mata akun inspector Ahmed Chumasi ene state attorney no nso egina mu de mama adwa no enyina toto na no bia bisa ensem a wo se obisa ni wie na wo wi adaka ni mu akotena se eno mu na inspector Ahmed Chumasi ma ne nsa so ma her ladyship ebisa ne se de asem no so wa asem kana asem a wo nyina ne se nipa na wo gina adaka mu edi adanse ne de ne nsa afa ne minim a wo kire se wonya na wo beku no enti e be hye ebusuafo na bu a wo kire se wo watimi eku won de hye everataz kwa asase so na se po bi de ne nsa afa ne minim so obeku anka ye wo ya eni kwa asa ye wo ye sanse ye wo treat se kan no wu se kan ya no enti e be ye deja e wo courtroom ho enam so e ma her ladyship etwen asem no e de hye ene ne den so mkopi asem dibia e ma independent witness ne sa begina adaka mu ma ta kun lawyer etoto na no na wo wie no de asem na hye bosum ya ewo mu e da etoso aduonu baako eni na aduanu enan eso na na do bere ma oye abusua pani e de ma ekwo na abusua madwa na wo free mu no ogina abusua na namu nyina e kasae
akum ya da bia me friend the beast no beast a on kanipa ho no di ewuo kese oto oba be sie tionsia no na naso be gina adaka mu no ye be gina ho a ne lawyer ne be gina ho ya adansini no sa be gina ho bi mu a wanya bibia samanka ti se na nu asamasa yo se busa no se na no ye ba court dwada no ihu se odo nsa fa omunimu etrete ametwumasi ye no kura na se ne kura
Oyerepa a chiri ponso
wa musa question bia question makomako bia wa ti dada no no busa enti no se omonu mo asem nyina asa enti se ya ene ya bai ya sa de che 21 July and 24 July ye beda a lawyer for kuku damwa attorney general edina maye se ye da wansi judge no so ye dada se pa wo ye batan ya na asem a wo die no kron ye company fie so a e bobo paye ma wo nyida se nyame ma wo nyinkyire na omo ahodo mo nyansa obedi asem nya nkwan asem bi ba obi a nyankopon ka wo na afei ye mi se ya asem ekona wie ya ye be promote wo fi se o ma ye duma fun first de ba na ye bosom bienu na na afei ne hu se asem ne ekona wie ye ba na nsa ene nan na wotwe enti ye da wase se o ma asem no ekọ na
ewie madwa asem eno no oyikoba na na kwa friye ene kofa baaye enyumre fit homeopathic clinic na ye kanfo de amamo se wo yare a bomode ko na kwaja yaresa ema ne mema nhyem yare ahodo na adwama na dɔso wapaso na ye oya akɔ woni ne hawa akɔ yam kro ne mmereye wo mpem mema muntimi shapana no diabetes ne fibro ne nyina fit insano adwuma ahena kokɔbɛ 18 mu no wo fra no 0246 72 86 and 75 Medimafo Herbal Hospital Dr. Tam Dasono no yes Dr. Edu Jamfi adwuma wo ye de ye nwanwo ukodu nipa doma ba ho nyina obi anya na yaresa nubna nutahini hahama no de sa yare no nti kobi wate atwoma agogo ene wo abu akwa no ena nkran so poku ase mayera bibie ne ene wa friend was 024477 4282 na yaje osom yesramo ye pe flat na ya han ye pe 2 bedroom flat ana chamber and hall self contained ye pe bi wo asokwa Santase Kwaraso Estate Ahojo ene atonsu uwo bia adaworoma na wafrɛ yɛn 0537 92 0747 0537 92 0747 and 0244 75 01 96 ofra yebeje osom madaroma bosumi mu da na toso ensia ɛna oba bi ya okɔ abofo so okɔ akɔtɔ nneɛma na ofiri obeduru kumase no kumase no ara no mienu hɔ ba bi na wo sɛ ne bɔtɔ gare wo mu nyina aka nneɛma ne ho to okɔ abofo kɔtɔ saa nneɛma we nyina na obeduru kumase no ho sɛ nneɛma bi ka nneɛma ho wɔnkɔ hwɛ mu gare ɛne nneɛma bi na ɛka ho sɛ dabra we de yɛme dia enti ɔde aba gare no aba ahasei ɛna abɔfo nyinaa yakɔya yɛhunu ne wura no koraa enti madaroma wo gare ne wo nneɛma bi ayere a wopa wohunu no afoma kɔdi obi die mu frɛ yɛ 0595 260968 0595 260968 wode woba ha no ma na yɛ wode a yɛde wade bɛma wo owura John Kwabena Dwamera house number plot C103 Buokrom Estate and what they have to just say the fertilizer saka containing anima woman ye a man paboa and a bag hey my bag was it best a drianai and the woman it was for nano yawada and they 13 and they are about we are normally and saying no fat ash and a yellow and where I say registration number ni AX62000 from Asaf New Plan no the back yetia afa do don keke na fe leather saki ya e ma bag ma akoma 40 ewo mu no wo hunu biem asembe ni se free boot num atofom wo ma ya akwabi amaso kono no yesra akwa na o ma so no nya odia ni wura no wo ha yesra fa na de bre no nti woni atwa so se obi de botto bi eto no kwa dese wo ko ba bi na se ma bag na wo mu a mesrɛ mu John Kwabena Dwamera dia momfrɛ yo 0555 41 47 58 0555 41 47 and 58 yɛfa yɛn ka boyi entoa so agora busu apani ora ya wusu ewo bonwire nana yawo adubofo otumfo bɛmu hene kumase bɛma yawo abebrese adwoso ora yawo amua bonwire Larry Owusu Safwa USA kwa kudua Owusu Safwa USA Kwabena Akuyokon Kumase Kwabena Poku Kumase Mrs Georgina Osei Brobe London Nana Akuya Brobe Kane SIC Kumase Mami Akuya Mansa ewo dwoso kunani anadofo afiri mu eye Mrs Elizabeth Kwashi Crime Emma eye Frank Kwashi USA Marian Kwashi Accra Bridget Kwashi London ene abusuase amfanto manim se engineer NS Francis Kwashi ne tafran oheneba kodwopoku wafiri mu nyamfinhie de otwenwotwe eye no ye yawada edi animi na otwe se ne pepepe busumi mu de toso aduo no ewo adwoso ankaase a eben adwoso ahemfie ho a tie busuase mre na mmejam womo na bibia enye kra behwe na se de busua ose eno no na we so de taw okọ KSTS a ewuraba baako a yene no etu sone eye bibia eye Sandra Nkansa so ne papa afrimu ya nyame ya adoma ye no mende ye ora George Kwame Nkansa ejaba ne ne tafre no asotwe nkoso hene no nti KSTS for yesempo eduwa yebekọ na yakọ akọboa yenua Sandra Nkansa na waye ne papa yi birthday yi na yede sode nyame adom yenua no bi di wa woda ne ene eye Beatrice Osei aniwa Tasma birthday Beatrice Osei aniwa eye adwuma Ghana National Fire Service adwuma mu ewo tachiman ene ye na woda ne papa ne ora Jo Tasma nyina hini ena owo enti no bi ya matri nkwa wa papa Jo Tasma ne abusuafo say happy birthday ene ye ohenere Harriet Antwiaje birthday ohenere Harriet Antwiaje efri jamase se say the UK ɛna ɔwɔ ne kunu so ɔwɔ hyɛ no happy birthday abusuafo nyinaa jamasefo nyinaa so wɔ hyɛ no happy birthday ne kurakura mu no ɛnɛ ɛyɛ engineer Randa Stone ne birthday Randa Stone ɛwɔ Patase Oyerepa yɛ nnwom na da bia yɛbɔ no Oyerepa FM nnwom ne promise ne nyinaa ɔno ne saa no adwuma no engineer na ɔprogram nnwom no ɛyɛ saa no engineer ɔyɛ bibia no Randa Stone ɛnɛ ya na woda nti no ɔno a na busua ne yere na akwadaa busuafo nyinaa yɛ wɔhyɛ Randa Stone happy birthday ayisi bo ama ne chinchin fidie ne maame Oduefour Nana Sabere Pinamai Nana Penkrahene chairman ye Mr. Michael yaw esuman ona na yire maame hana omse krasa so dwen kam nyina